Welcome back, contractors. This video is going to be strictly to do with developing an efficient screening process. So a screening process is basically everything that a candidate must do before they actually are hired with your business. Okay. I would say that most contractors have a very underdeveloped screening process. And for that, they're blessed with terrible hires. They hire anybody with a pulse. They really don't know how to evaluate the skills and to really look at every candidate as an investment in their business. Do they fit your culture? Do they have the actual skill sets? Too many of us end up just hiring guys, putting them on a crew and seeing how it's going to work out. Well, that kind of business needs to come to an end, because ultimately you're setting yourself up for devastating consequences, especially as you grow and scale. It's very important that we have a defined, repeatable screening process. All right. Why? Number one, this saves a lot of time and resources. If you're paying for ads and you're, having candidates come through the door, you want to make sure you can, just like your leads, sort through them quickly and only focus on the ones that are going to bring value to your business. All right. So again, we can compare this part to qualifying a customer. All right. We need to qualify and make sure that the candidate that we're interviewing or that we're spending any time with actually fits the criteria of the role that we want them to play. Okay. Just like, does your customer have enough money? So we're going to treat it very much like that. The other major, important, and often overlooked part of this is the standardization. Now, again, with the system that we have given you at the beginning of this program, standardization is really the core of it. Don't need to worry too much there. But for the other guys that are not going the system base, it can be as simple as having it mapped out. You want to think that you're going to get yourself out of this process. You're going to hand this off to another staff member. But if it's not defined, chances are it's not going to be done the same way every single time. And we're going to have inefficiencies. We're going to have people falling through the cracks. We're going to have a lot of issues that we don't need. All right. So the other thing that's really important here is really understanding and being able to deliver better quality candidates. Overall, once you take a systematic approach, and that's by properly evaluating candidates thoroughly, going through each candidate fairly and looking at it in a non-biased way, what you're going to very quickly determine is that it's much easier to scorecard a candidate and then look at them in a non-biased way. You get better hires, okay? And they actually fit the requirements, which is, again, often overlooked, all right? There's also a legal compliance issue in some states and some provinces. Also, we're going to look at better candidate experience. A streamlined, efficient screening process gives the candidate a better experience. And we've talked about that throughout our modules and our training. Super important, especially nowadays. We're offering speed and convenience. We're asking the right questions at the right time and being able to give the candidate a good experience. Regardless of if they get hired with you or not, you got to remember that they go off into the hiring market. Just like, again, I'll bring it back to a sales process. If you have a bunch of unhappy customers all over the place, chances are that's going to eventually filter back and you're going to have a very difficult time finding work. So we have to treat it as the same way. Okay. Predictive job performance, again, really coming at this in a structured way, really thinking through, what this candidate would have to qualify is going to prevent you from making the wrong hires. Okay. So guys, I've given you guys some ChatGPT prompts. I'd like you to go through. You can play with them and adjust them. But basically, this is going to help you to come up with a really qualified, good screening process that you can use for your business. I'm also going to very quickly share with you a overview of what a decent screening process may look like. So one, this is in my particular business. Once an applicant has, made it through the various channels, top of funnel, they're going to move into an application process. Okay. In that application process, we use video, but we basically ask them a series of questions that align with the actual role. All right. Now, The next part of it is actually taking a personality profile to make sure that the profile matches the job title that we're looking to hire for. So again, I bring it back to a reference that I use quite often, but human beings in most cases are like dogs. We're all different breeds. We all have different attributes. Not everybody suits the role that you're trying to hire for. So again, you're not going to send your Chihuahua to, guard your home. So don't try and do that with applicants. Don't try and fit a round peg in a square hole. We're very good at, really analyzing personality to fit our crews. Once you get to that level, it becomes tremendously easier to build teams. Okay. Because you're building them based on personality attributes and things that you can count on within that profile. Okay. Also, the way we review applicants and applications, it's based on a scorecard, right? Again, non-biased. Either they've answered the questions that fit the role or they haven't. Okay. Only then are they invited to a potential interview or a video interview. And only then are we actually spending our time scheduling a call, going through the actual interview process. So this saves us a tremendous amount of time. Just to give you an idea, we get roughly 100 applications per month. Out of that, 30 of them will actually make it through to the application process. In there, a lot of them get disqualified just based on geographics and, area and experience and, not meeting the criteria. If we get 15 interviews, we use video interviews quite often, and I'm going to be going through that in some other videos. But we use video interviews and video to really kind of speed up our experience. And then once they've gotten through that portion where we have a very clean interview process, the same questions get asked the same way, it's all standardized. Only then do we consider them to make a job offer. Now, the good news about this is we found a way and through, good quality marketing, I'm going to call it, is that we can count on this system to work for us, where we're getting 4 high quality candidates per month, 4 to 5, that fit the roles that we're looking to fill consistently, just like, bringing customers to the door. And we're making on average, 2 to 3 job offers a month, which is very good for a company, and these are critical hires, sometimes more, sometimes less, but we're not spending all day, every day, sorting through 100 applications. So I want you to take that and consider it. We're gonna continue to touch on this and show you kind of how we systemize this. Hopefully this has been helpful. There is an assignment in your workbook as well that helps you to try to extract, what your interview process will look like. And again, as you get further and further through this course, you're going to see, get some great ideas and obviously tools and assets for building your hiring process. Hopefully it's been helpful. Talk to you soon.